longer tonight. There has been criticism over Neil Barn. Viney with the ball, runs into the open goal. Todd Viney is a great start for Melbourne. They've got the first goal.
Inside the room, so Garry Lyon certainly having plenty to say as Woewodin sends Melbourne deep into the attacking zone towards Lyon. He couldn't take the mark. This should result in another goal, and he's made it 2 out of 2. Todd Viney.
So Todd Viney from outside 50. So it's one for the high flyers in the square. Farmer's got it.
This is always going to be the thing, isn't it? When even just having Garry Lyon there, it just takes that momentary attention away from their direct opponents, from a number of Richmond defenders. And on that occasion, they all sort of take a bit of a go there. Farmer has the jump on Broderick, who I don't think is his direct opponent at all.
So Jeff Farmer from point blank range kicks a goal.
Back to Charles, however. He gives it off towards Lovett. Lovett kicks long in towards Lyon territory once again. Belted away from him down towards Gaspar. He'll be quite happy to see it over the line, but it's come off his boot. On the full. In fact, it was which boot? That's the question we'll have to ask. It's come off Clarkson's boot. According to I don't think that's right. I thought it came off Gaspar's boot. In fact, it has. Clarkson, the bottom line of it all, has the ball. He's 46 metres out. He starts it right. It's a very good-looking kick. I think that's a miraculous goal. Well, that is a sensational kick, Terry Wheeler.
No doubt whatsoever. I mean,
Obst and Lovett just changing places on the ground. Here's Clarkson. Does it nicely and should goal for the D's, and he does. Alastair Clarkson gets his second, and Melbourne get their first for the quarter. Gaspar over the top, back to him once again. Great tackle, gives it back towards Lyon. A high kick in towards full forward, and Michael Gale was there. He couldn't take. The Demons are back. Jeffrey Farmer, the show is on. Get your tickets now. He's booted 2, and the D's have 6. 6-2 plays 5-9.
well, one moment it's there, and the next moment it's gone.
Pours a little bit more hard. It's been a pretty good first half by him as Charles does a bit of dancing, kicks the ball back towards Garry Lyon. Nearly took a one hand. He's just had the one kick, kicks the ball off the ground. This is bouncing towards the goal line. He's kicked it.
It's there.
Listen to the roar from the Melbourne supporters. There's not many here tonight, but they're strong in voice.
Kicking for his first for the night, but more important to keep Melbourne well and truly in touch. It's a long kick. It's going to be close. He's done it again. Well, the question is, did it go over the line? And was it touched? No. Farmer's going to take the kick.
Garry Lyon is going to have a word, I think, to Jeff Farmer, just to settling down a little bit.
Don't do anything rash.
Just run up and kick it through the big sticks. That's all we need, son.
Remember that handball?
Try not to dodge anyone on the mark.
Oh, dear. Good boy. He's done it. He's done it.
He's great, isn't he?
So Jeff Farmer gets his third, but more importantly, Melbourne are within 2 points.
Couldn't quite get his boot to the ball, hands and knees. Prescott on hands and knees. Look at Newton, the youngster from Ballarat, forces the ball forward. Clarkson's taken the ground, slaps the ball on, taken the ground. Also is Pyman, kicked off the ground by O'Brien. It's inside 50, over the top's Callaway. Ball up to the ground, Bond, take the ground, Farmer. It's going to run into the open goal. Melbourne's going to hit the front. 4 goals to Farmer.
Take a deep breath, KB.
Because the D's have got their nose back in front.
Rounding it up.
There's a 50-metre penalty.
50-metre penalty?
Yep.
What for, Terry?
What? Absolutely no idea. Didn't see it. All I could see was the umpire heading back off to call it up.
Nettelbeck is on the ground. Newton has just gone off. They've been interchanging their centre-half forwards right through this game, and Nettelbeck will put Melbourne in front by 5 points, and he's kicked it.
Seesawing struggle continues here at the MCG. Out of the middle as time ticks away. O'Brien rips Melbourne down to the forward line. An aching Garry Lyon charges for the ball. Scott Turner's right on his hammer. Bond is there to help Turner. Clarkson to help his captain. Gets the hand pass out. They go in towards Woewodin over the back. And it's Bullis again. He runs into trouble. He loses it. It's shot off the ground for a goal, I think. It is a goal. It's got to be. Shane Woewodin kicks Melbourne's 11th. Steins wins it. Broderick tries to tap it. Only as far as Pyman. Charles goes and he goes and he goes. In towards half forward. Well, Lyon's got to stretch that back now because he's down there with Turner. It's flicked in towards goal. Look at this bounce.
Kick.
Oh, what the goal! Woewodin! Woewodin! 2 goals to Shane Woewodin.
Kicks a long bomb. Playing in front was that Seacamp's mark, not paid. McDonald tunnel balls it back, desperate on hands and knees. Gets the ball across to Lyon. The half back line standing up for Melbourne. Ops rockets the ball out wide to Woewodin. He finds Uze, he's on 50. He can have his pot shot at goals. He runs in on this left boot. He curls it back. He's kicked a goal. Melbourne lead by 14 points. Make that 20 now. Sensational scenes here at the MCG. Under 8 minutes of action left. And Woewodin has been a star in this final term. Set it up to Uze, Terry.
He did. Look, he started so well, Woewodin. He was in the first quarter. He was a catalyst in amongst it. Now he continues on. He's let himself down a couple of times there with that left foot, but that was a good one. Uze on the run settles great.
Melbourne having the players around the ball at the moment. McDonald kicks up towards half forward, towards Nettelbeck, and he's going to get a free kick in opposition to Jamie Tape, who was infringing directly in front. Stammering approach, kicking from 51 metres. It's a high drop punt. It's going to be close. The Demons are home. The fat lady's singing. That's it. 2 goals to Nettelbeck.
Gaspar. As the siren sounds, so there is a big win for the Melbourne Football Club. A very bad loss to the Richmond Football Club, and you can see the excitement here and the relief from the Melbourne players. It's been a big week. They've been through a lot this year, and there's their skipper Garry Lyon there, Terry, who I reckon that's about as fast as he's run all night.
And Terry, you've got to ask the question, why?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I've been in this situation where I was terminated after a couple of games, and the side the next week came out and did quite well. Barmy gets to look at this now. I mean, a commendable effort to every player there from the Melbourne Football Club. I mean, they were tremendous. They rose to the occasion. Greg Hutchison got them out there. He was able to deliver the goods for the Melbourne board. But why that sort of change was needed to get this catalyst, I can never work that out in football.
So Melbourne big winners here. There goes Garry Lyon. Ball hop good. Damien Gaspar and Garry Lyon getting all his charges together. An emotional time. Let's go to Mark Doran.
Playing pretty well. It was fantastic.
Greg, the spirit the Melbourne boys have shown tonight, unbelievable.
Yeah, well, it's something that I suppose we've had to work on in the last couple of days, and that's all really we had in the 2 days to work on. Just a bit of spirit and a bit of enthusiasm, and it can sometimes get you over the line.
You've been here all year. Why haven't the boys done this previous?
Oh, look, I don't know. It's just one of those intangible things, very hard to measure. Sometimes you get very despondent with injuries, and things happen that you can't control. And look, I just think they made a commitment to themselves tonight, and it was fantastic the way they responded.
And where to from here from Melbourne then?
I think we play Adelaide next week.
And celebrations tonight?
Oh no, we're going to train in the morning. We're going to keep our feet on the ground and see what happens from here on in.
Thanks, Greg. Enjoy it.
Yes, as the Demon fans go down to their loyal supporters, and loyal they have been. While all that was happening, I was watching Matthew Richardson, a lone figure, walking from the other end of the ground. It was a long trek down to the Tiger Tunnel. And with him, Robert Walls, who will be thinking game number 599 for R. Walls. will not be a happy memory.
Not at all. I mean, really, the pre-game predictions were that Richmond were to hammer Melbourne in this particular game, and I think that would have been a reasonable expectation from anyone in football. But they haven't been able to do it. Melbourne have risen to the occasion, but from a Richmond perspective, they've really fallen away. Just the 2 goals after half-time, both to Nichols in the 3rd quarter. Their forward line structure really was struggling. Centre bounce, they couldn't quite clear away. Their defence was just under siege from the amount of possessions that Melbourne were winning. And in the end, they really couldn't have too much there other than Nichols' effort with 5 goals. Perhaps Power with his couple. Broderick in the midfield, I thought, worked quite well, but not too much there for the Tigers to hang their hat on.
And I think I mentioned, Terry, during the course of the game, 3 of their players in Nichols, Powell and Naish are very small players, about 5'5", 5'6". And the only other kicker guy was Matthew Richardson. It looks a star-studded goal kicking with Matthew, and also Benny Gales and Justin Charles and Nick Daffy's down there. But I thought the Melbourne defence did it well tonight. Ingerson did a good job. Gaspar did a very good job as well. They stuck to their guns. And in the end, they were so desperate in that 3rd term. I think most of us felt after half-time, when Richmond led by 15 points, that if they could kick 2 or 3 quick goals, then Melbourne would just fall away and say, look, we put in a terrific first half, but unfortunately, we just didn't have the personnel. But then they came out and they hit Richmond hard with those first couple of quick goals, and then the momentum continued.
Terry, the presence of Garry Lyon just being out on the ground, what's it worth to Melbourne?
An unaccessible amount, Sandy. I mean, his presence there tonight in the rooms, I'm sure, in the rooms at halftime, in the rooms now, would have been just absolutely unbelievable. He led them tremendously like to that. Let's just hope that tonight's appearance hasn't hampered his injury to any great degree.
He couldn't run, could he?
He couldn't run, and whether there's long-term ramifications to that, well, only Garry and the medical staff can deal with that now.
But it was a mighty effort to be there, and just a bit of pushing and shoving on his behalf. Got a couple of goals with guys, you know, swooping in and getting crumbs. And I remember Clarkson kicking an important goal in that 2nd term.
So if you've just joined us, the scoreboard is not wrong. Here it is, the final score from the MCG. Melbourne a 14-8-92, Richmond a 9-13, and the Demon Boys are delirious.